So I wonder if I just film like this, that would be acceptable. Probably not, so. Hi guys, it's Annie's Reborns, and this is a full shot of my facial things. Yeah, so this video is a little bit different than what I normally do. On my Instagram, I posted, ask me for my opinion on, or ask me anything, all those kinds of questions, and I got like a bunch from my friends because I went and begged, and then I got a bunch from followers that I haven't ever talked to before, so I thought it was a really cool interactive little thing, and I'm gonna keep touching my hair until I feel comfortable with it, which means the whole video because I'm never gonna be comfortable with it. But anyways, so this is that video. If you guys like this kind of video, I will do something like this again soon. It was really fun to get y'all's questions, and it's gonna be even more fun to answer them. So I hope that y'all are in the mood for questions and answers and jokes and fuckery. So here we go. Whee! Our first question comes from You're Never Too Old 94 on Instagram, and it's your opinion on full body reborns. I actually do not have an informed opinion on full body reborns yet because I have never owned one. I think they are gorgeous in pictures. I'm concerned about the snuggle factor of a full body reborn, but I'm expecting a full torso, which means that from the chest, well, just under the chest, so like the top of the belly down all the way through the booty and the lady parts, I'll be expecting a full torso reborn, which means the chest and the arms, the chest and the 3/4 arms do have a cloth body. And I'm expecting the Jill kit by Adri Stote with I think number 15 limbs and the full torso. So I'm very, very excited. Her name is Bay Scarlet, and she is made by my lovely Tess. So that's that. And so I'm excited to kind of come back to your question in another video comparing Linus, who has full limbs and a cloth body, and comparing Bay, who has the full torso. I think that's going to be a really awesome video. So yeah, I don't know yet. All About Antasia asks your opinion of Tess Tucker, and then in parentheses she wrote, I'm sure this will make a funny speech. So that mother... Can't even do this. Okay. I love Tess. I think she is incredibly talented. I think she's a very kind, sweet, generous person. She is so funny, and she's an amazing writer as well as an amazing reborn artist. And I think that she is just such a special soul. And I'm so happy and glad that I know her. She is probably my closest friend in the reborn community, other than Lauren, who Secret Reborns. So, you know, it's really, we have a very special friendship, which is why I also say that she's a little shit. So, yeah, I love her, and I hate her, and I love her, and I think that you should all go buy babies from her. So yeah, do that. Speaking of Tess, Pearl of a Girl Nursery asks, wizards or ninjas? Wizards, obviously. Just don't tell the ninjas because I really don't think I could fight them. At Pearl of a Girl Nursery, is mayonnaise a fruit or a vegetable? Yes. Tess, why? Why would you ask me this question? Tennant or Smith? This hurts my heart, and as much as I adore David Tennant, I have to go with Matt Smith simply because he was the first Doctor I ever saw. I watched The 11th Hour, which is Matt Smith's first episode, with my best friend Kelsey on her dorm room, or in her dorm room, and then as soon as I saw it, I was hooked. I went back and I watched from season 1, and it was, you know, the rest is history. You know, I love all of the Doctors, but simply because he was the first one I ever saw play the role, he will always have a very special place in my heart. I'd like to note that I texted 3 people that I was filming and not to text me, and 2 of the 3, Lauren and Tess, have been texting me nonstop ever since. I love my friends. Tess also asks, truth or dare, and that really is depending on who's asking, but generally I'm a weenie, so true. Tess asks, world peace or world domination? Easy, world domination. I dominate the world, and then I would enact peace, so it's a win-win. Plus, I would rule the world, which means infinite reborns and kittens. Favorite horror movie, also from Tess. Silence of the Lambs, even though that's more of a psychological thriller than a horror movie, it's so Ugh, I love it so much. It's an excellent movie. If you're under the age of like 17, don't watch it. It's not appropriate. It's rated R, and it's also extremely it can be traumatizing if you're too young and not prepared to watch it. So just disclaimer right here. If I was fancier with editing, I would put in a little text thing. But yeah, don't watch it if you're under the age of 17. Great, thanks. First childhood theme song that comes to mind. That's Boy Meets World. Yay! And Tess's last question, 10% phone battery or 10% oxygen? 10% oxygen, because if I only had 10% phone battery, I'd be dead anyway. Ellie in the Den on Instagram asks, favorite band? How dare you? This question offends me to my very core. I mean, of all the disgusting, horrid things you could ask a person, favorite bands are like Skittles. You can't have just one. Ellie in the Den also asks, favorite TV show? How dare you? This question offends me to my... Ellie in the Den asks, The Office or Parks and Rec? Yes. Bitches be crazy, cats fighting all over the place. Not really fighting, but geez. I'm trying to film a video. Kelsey also asked favorite superhero, so I'm gonna have to divide this by universe and then by superheroes with powers and then heroes with boats of cash and gadgets. So for Marvel, my favorite superhero with powers is Thor, and then my hero with boats of cash and gadgets would have to be Tony Stark or Iron Man. For DC, my superhero, I really don't have a favorite because I really don't care about DC. I'm a Marvel girl, but I had to mention it just because hero with cash and gadgets. Love me some Bruce Wayne. Oh, so great. So yeah, those are my favorite superheroes. Vampires or werewolves? I'm tempted to say neither, but I love me some well-written werewolf and shapeshifter fanfiction, so I'm gonna have to say werewolves. Dan or Phil? Both. It's why they go by Dan and Phil. What's your go-to karaoke song? I have two. My slow ballad go-to is Desperado by the Eagles, and my upbeat is Bicycle by Queen, and then bonus, a group karaoke song is Bohemian Rhapsody. What is the most played song on my iTunes? With 471 plays, Drunk by Ed Sheeran is my #1 most played. And coming in second place with 412 plays is Kiss You by One Direction. You found out my secret. I'm pretty damn basic. What do you do when you can't sleep at night? I read lots of Harry Potter, Criminal Minds, Glee, and Gilmore Girls fanfiction, or whatever normal insomniacs do. I also watch lots of Netflix. Favorite animal? A very cute mouse. They make all the boy mouse go, wah! And Kelsey's last question to me at Ellie in the Den, she asks, what's your Hogwarts house and what is my Patronus? Fun fact, did you know that Hogwarts motto is never tickle a sleeping dragon except in Latin, which I cannot say because Southern? But my house is Slytherin and my Patronus is a silverback gorilla named Maeve. At Still Reflections on Instagram, also Ada, her name's Ada, I love her very much. She asks, what's your favorite kind of potato? They're really pretty purple ones. It's actually a thing, you can Google it. Silicone babies or nah, also from Still Reflections. I'm not sure, I've never felt silicone, so I'd have to see it in person before I made that kind of investment. But I know that Fish's hair would get all over it, so, and tearing or fading. Maybe I'll meet a friend someday that has one and then I can like have a love on loan kind of situation. Still Reflection asks, cats or dogs? Cat dog. The Glee crew on Instagram, and their username is _GLE_crew. They ask, if you had to wear one animal print for the rest of your life, what would it be? So I hate animal print, and when I first read this question on Instagram, my knee-jerk reaction was to shout human print, but then I realized, I was like, no, Annie, that's really serial killery. So I guess if I had to choose, I'd be like Black Panther, because then I could just wear black all the time with no pattern, and it would be okay. Pickles or pineapple? Pickles. Ew, they're gross, so pineapples. I totally read that backwards. Ugh. Pickles or pineapples? Definitely pineapples. Risk or Monopoly? No. Driving or passenger? Driving. So this is a really mean question. Like, I hate this question. So Secret Reborns asks, pick one movie you have to watch every day for a year. Which would it be and why? And keep in mind you can't watch any other movie for that year. So she's an evil genius, because think about it. I can't pick one of my favorite movies because then I will never want to watch it again after the year is up. And I can't pick a movie that I hate because then I'll want to die every day for that year having to watch it. So I guess I'll have to go straight down the middle and pick one that I really don't care one way or the other about. So I'm going to say Magic Mike because it has lots of hot men. So after I get tired of like watching it every day, then I can just put it on mute and stare at hot men all day. Secret Reborns and Whimsy Babies asks, what filter did you use to make me look sad? And I'm sorry, but I have to say hash brown, no filter. Secret Reborns asks, pool or beach? Pool. Sand and I have a very abusive relationship, so I just don't go around them much anymore. What is my dream Reborn sculpt? I have many, but right now it will probably be twin toddlers Lily and Kathy by Regina S. I'm not even going to try to say her last name because I know I'll say it wrong. But yeah, I'd love to have me some toddler twins. Secret Reborns also asks, have you ever seen a full body silicone you would buy? If so, which one? And if not, what are your requirements? I'm kind of going to answer both. One that I saw that I would love to have in my collection, I can't remember who the sculptor was, but someone made a sculpt of full body silicone after Prince George, and I thought he was the sweetest little thing. So I would love to have him. Or my criteria would be that it would be a girl made by Claire Taylor, open-eyed with dark brown directionally micro-rooted hair, and I would hope that it's made out of a firmer silicone. I don't know enough about silicone to even know what I would want, but I definitely know I don't like, I think it's Ecoflex 10 that I've seen that's just like so jiggly, like you barely poke it and it's just like, nah. I mean, I can't, that's too weird. It's not, no. It's Reborn K, and that's also, again, it's written a different way. It's _reborn_K. She asks, how old are you and what year did you get your first Reborn? I'm 21 years old and I got my first Reborn in 2014, late February or early March. So I've been in the community about a year and it's really, really awesome and I'm so glad that I found you guys. Whimsy Babies, Jamie Lynn, another close friend of mine, she asked, what are your 3 Instagram pet peeves? And I cannot stand bad spelling or grammar or that text speak. Drives me up the wall. Any kind of spam or scammers or the, can I have your baby? Can you give me your baby? Can I take a baby for $25? Or, you know, can you send me clothes? I mean, I can't, it's awful. I can't stand it. But my biggest pet peeve is probably gratuitous rants and hypocritical rants. Like if you say one thing and then do another rant about something and then you do it yourself. And also rants that generalize an entire group of people. I've seen this happen a lot to children collectors. Now, while I definitely think that a lot of the drama and the problems do come from underage collectors because they're not mature enough to handle, you know, being online responsibly yet, I have met some young people that are incredibly mature and behave better than some grown women that I've met in the community. So I really don't like when I see any kind of generalization of groups of people because that's just gonna hurt somebody and it's not gonna help. It's not helpful. Ellie and the Den pop back in for one surprise final question. You get one book to read for the rest of your life. What is it? I'd probably say The Canterbury Tales. It's long, imaginative, sassy, and sarcastic as hell. It's so funny. And there's around 24, 25 little novellas or short stories within the book itself. So it would be like having 25 different books in one huge volume. So that's the one I'd probably pick. Secret Reborns. Have I asked you enough questions yet? Plenty. Hope y'all have a good day. So I call this lighting not doing me any favors. And I call this hairstyle, I took my hair out of a messy bun so that it would appear as if I gave any shits, which I clearly do, because I mean, sexy. I care about personal appearance. Woo. Cat dog.
You're such a good participator. You get an A for participation. You say hi?
His eyes, he's like, no, let me be free.
I love you. Oh, your sister's coming too.